Everybody, Scott Sachs with the Synergy Group. We are here. Today is February 12th, and the newest RBI data has been released. As you know, we always cover Montgomery County, Washington, D.C., and Arlington County to give people an idea of what's going on around the DMV. These are the January year-over-year statistics to give people a sense of where the market is trending. Let's get into some of the numbers, and then we'll look at more anecdotally what we're seeing in the marketplace every day as practitioners around the DMV. So first off, we have average sales price year over year. So Montgomery County, DC, and Arlington all saw year over year increases in value. So Montgomery County, now this includes both condos and fee simple properties, was $768,000. DC was $745,000, and Arlington coming in at $891,000 average sales price, which is wild. That's up almost 8%, 4%, and almost 9% for Montgomery County. Average days on market, however, you'll see up 33%, up 27%, up 33%. These are falling within national averages or even below where most days on market is across the country. So this is still, we're approaching more of an equilibrium market, but that depends on where you're looking. Now, the metrics that we always love is the average sales price to list price ratio, which gives you a sense of where offers are actually trading relative to where they're listed at. And what you'll see here is almost all, they're falling in line they're almost all at 97%, 96.6 to 96.9. So roughly 3% under list price is where we're seeing the average trade happening across the DMV. These are all down between 1 and 2% year over year. So then you go, okay, well, Scott, how is it that the average sales price is up and the average sales to list price is down? That's where you get into the nuance of the market. That's where you get into the nuance of the asset class, the neighborhood, the location. All of these things factor into how desirable an asset do you have. And what we're finding in this market is it's the haves and have-nots. Buyers are ready to buy. They've come out since January 1st, and they are prepared to buy properties that are ready, turnkey. They don't have to do a lot of work. They don't have to think about it. They don't have to think like they're overpaying for a property either, which is why pricing is so important in a market like this. Inventory is still low. And what's important to note here is some of this data is still trailing. We are getting the results of a very slow fourth quarter because of the government shutdown, because rates were a little bit more sticky and things like that. Now you're starting to see that play out. What I anticipate into March and April as we look back is we are going to see average days on market dropping. We are going to see the average sales to list price actually start to go up. We had a property that was listed for $1,295,000 that's trading at $1,450,000 that we had buyers interested in. That's a 12% over list price in 5 days on the market with 4 offers just this past weekend. So we are seeing a significant change in market in certain areas, in neighborhoods of Bethesda and Chevy Chase, in neighborhoods of Arlington County, in certain areas of upper Northwest DC, where there's always been high demand, but you're seeing those as an even more sought after asset right now, and there's just not a lot of inventory. And so what I caution everybody for is if you're a buyer out there and you started the year and you say, I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna buy a house, be mindful of the fourth quarter had the largest percentage of delisted properties since they started tracking that metrics across the United States. So what's going to happen to all those delisted properties? They're coming back. They're going to come back in the spring. Same with some of our own inventory that we have. We're going to be reintroducing into March and April. And so you want to be mindful of, you don't need to go out and race and buy the first house that goes on the market right now. Patience is going to be a virtue. We've been through this. I've been 22 years of experience. I've been through every up and down in the market cycles. Don't feel like the one property that goes on the market is one you have to buy and get stuck in a bidding war and realize, oh, I overpaid by 12%. This is why working with an experienced professional who knows the market and understands how to look out for your best interest as a buyer or a seller, and knowing right now more than ever, the sellers that are out there, the reason the days on market is creeping is because you've got the tale of two worlds. You've got people who are going under contract in 3 days and people are on the market for 100 days. And the difference between those two properties is the real estate agent. It's the agent who knows how to prep a property, how to price a property, and how to market a property. If those things are happening in the effective manner today, your property should be under contract in 10 to 14 days. But it requires the proper techniques and the network in order to get that done. If you have questions, whether you're a buyer or seller, about the market or how to position yourself for success, visit synergysold.com for more information.